Good afternoon to you. This is man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Anyway, this is another comparison in the Buff Blonde series, and this is volume number 14. And the month is about over. I figure I got one more video coming up in the hole, and I started do some women who are competitive in the sport of bodybuilding. I think the last few I've been doing was quite a few women who are former competitors, legends. But I thought, well, I'll pick some women who are, still competing, and it's just, like I said, it's just a great series. I had fun with it. And like I said, it's coming to its end. So I picked two ladies who are, really much, maybe about as well known, but the couple ladies that are not of American citizens, they live in different parts of the world. Now, the first lady I have here is one Miss Nicki Chartrand, and she is from Canada. And the lady next to her is one Miss Kayla Bullemor, who is from down under Australia. Now, both of these ladies are very impressive, and they have been competing since the good part of 2000s. Now, if you remember, Nicki originally started out as physique, and around about 2017, she made a debut as a bodybuilder at the I think she made her debut at the Lyndon Murray show, and she won that show, which got a shot at the 2017 Rising Phoenix. Now Carla, she started bodybuilding. She got a pro card back in 2010, and she made her pro debut at the 2014 Tampa Bay Pro. Now she's done at least she most of the time for the last couple of shows she did was most of Tampa Bay Pro. But I think with things where a lot of bodybuilders live out of the country, it's hard to do for travel back and forth. She competed in 2019, and then she came up with a situation, was it a couple of years ago, where she had got Lyme disease. And if anybody knows about Lyme disease, it's easy to get from if humans been bitten by a tick or and that is it's just so difficult and it's hard to recover. But she did compete back in 2019. But these are both impressive women, and married physiques. Now, we're going to start off with a nice starting pose. And, these are both impressive women. You know, this is Nicki from the Rising Phoenix. And this is Carla from her last show. And that was the 2019 Tampa Bay Pro. And both are pretty impressive. Now, here we have a front lat spread. And I give this one to Nicki. Nicki looks a little wider and thicker compared to Carla, and I think most definitely she has a good width to her. Carla has some size to her. I saw an interview where she mentioned that she originally was going to start physique, but the division she was at the time didn't have women's physique yet, so she decided to switch to female bodybuilding. But she has some great. Both these ladies have great, amazing physiques. Now here we have is front double. And it's like, I think Nikki is a little bit longer. You can see the length of her arms compared to Carla. If I go by it, and the thing about Nikki, she has that tattoo sleeve, and that's the thing is, tats kind of take away attention from the muscle. You can't really see details good. So I have to really give this one to Carla. I would give this one to Carla. Now here is a nice side chest. And like I said, Nikki, you gotta keep remember, anytime you do side chest, if you have long hair, move your hair. The judges don't really get to see the detail of your chest development. And as you know, they both have breast implants. So if I had to give it to this one, I'd give this one here to Carla. Now here we have a rear double, a rear lat spread. And honestly, I think Carla has amazing back. I mean, Nikki does has the width, but Carla, truthfully, her back is amazing. I mean, the thing is, she only do too many shows. Like I said, her since she turned pro, she's only done like maybe 3 pro shows in the last 4 or 5 years since she turned pro. As I said again, the problem is that she lives in Australia. It's the cost of, you don't make as much money. She has to get her funds up. I would love to help someone like her out and really get her able to come here and really try to establish herself in competition wise. Here we have a rear back double, and I'm gonna say Carla has a beautiful back. Just you can see the detail, the marbling of her muscle. Nicki still, like I said, Nicki was still is a former physique competitor back then, and she still was developing. But Carla really was, she was on point. I would honestly say that. She has amazing back. Here we have a tricep, and here I think I will, kind of give the edge to Nicki a bit. I think I will give the edge to Nicki on this one. People might say I'm wrong, but I think I give the edge to Nicki. I can really see more development in her, tricep. And here we have abs. And the abs, I would give it to Carla. Carla has a nice set of abs. Great, great set. It's just a nice development. Great, a perfect shoulder, shoulder over, abs shot. Nikki's kind of a little playful with hers. I was trying to find a lot of these women like to do a little playful thing, but this one here is pretty good. I'd have to give this one to Carla. And as I said before, both these women, are from different parts of the world. I'm a big fan of women from Canada. As you know, I have a page on Facebook called For the Love, which is dedicated to freedom bodybuilders out of Canada. I'm gonna put it in the description later. Check it out. Check the channel out. I also have women from Canada who follow this channel, and also I'm a fan of women from Australia, like women like Beth Francis and Christine Enval. Been some great female bodybuilders that come out of Canada. I mean, out of Australia. I mean, you know. And here we have a nice bicep. And here I would give this honestly to Nicki. Nicki has improved herself since the last few years, since turning to switching from um, physique to bodybuilding. She has really improved. She really developed some size to it. And Carla, there's no shine off of her. She has a great physique. Like I said, I'd love to see more of her. If she, like I said, one thing I think she really needs more sponsorship. Maybe she can do maybe 2 or 3 more shows in the states that would help us out. And here we have a glute shot. And if I really say to it, I think Carla, her glutes are much tighter compared to Nicki. As a member, Nicki's a good sized woman. I think Nicki at least about almost 5'10". She's pretty tall. I think Carla's about 5'6", 5'7", and I think it's just about But if you say about glute size, I would give it to Carla. And like I said, Nikki was originally physique, and Carla was one point thing about doing physique, but she switched to bodybuilding. I think that's a good move for her. I think she has the right size, the right look for bodybuilding. A lot of great pure bodybuilders have come out of Australia. There are some physique competitors that come out of Australia, but I think the better female bodybuilders have been Australia. And both these ladies have a great physiques, have great promise. Like I said again, with Carla, she really needs more opportunities to come in and compete more. Like I said, this is one thing I wish. I wish it was something. I would say I was at the level of Jake Seal. I wish I had the somewhat some wealth, because what I like to do is help some of these ladies. Like if I can, like some of these ladies who like to come over here and compete, like have a house somewhere for them to sit for, maybe for during the season, so they can stay, have a place they can stay. They can try to do the shows, try to compete. Because I think a lot of the women like who I follow say they want to come here to America and compete, because this is where where the action is. But both Nikki and Carla are amazing physiques, great developments, great bodies. They have a great future in the sport of bodybuilding. As you know, Nikki has been a top 6, top 5 at the Rising Phoenix. She she competed at this year's Olympia, but I don't think she made what was, I think Nikki got 11th, I believe, at that show. I think she got 11 or something like that. She didn't make top 10. Carla, like I said, she has not competed this year because with the pandemic, Australia's been very shut down. It's hard for a lot of competitors to compete. I'm hoping maybe we get to see her in 2022, and maybe we get to see some more shows. Maybe if I'd like to reach out to her. Maybe see if somebody's interested about reaching out to her, maybe about getting her sponsorship. And these are just amazing women, beautiful women, great physiques, great bodies. They have a great future in sport. Somebody like Carla Bullemor. She has a look to her style. You know, like I said, I'm a big fan from the ladies from Down Under. I think she can have. Like I said, this is like I said again. This is a person I would love to help out. I would love to give opportunity to come here if she can. If I could like this, if I had the money, if I had the wealth. Now I must not say Jake Woods level, at least enough where I can get a place for some of these ladies to stay. They can train, they can work out, they can stay here in the States for a while. They can do some of the shows they want to do and then see how they do, and they can go back home when they're ready. And that'd be something that I would love to do because there's a lot of women overseas who often, like I follow, say they would love to come here because this is where most of the big competition shows like the Chicago Pro, that's a big show. Tampa Bay show is a big show. The Rising Phoenix is a big show, and the Rising Phoenix is an invitational. And Nicki, she's been like one of the top women for the past 2 or 3 years. As you know, she won the uh, Linda Murray show. She also won Hawaiian Pro, and they should bring back Hawaiian Pro. Hawaiian Pro is a pretty good show. That's why Rise of Phoenix, you need to do this. You need another show. The Hawaiian Pro, you need to put it in May. Because most women's shows don't start back up to, there won't be no female bodybuilding until June. And that's like about mid to late June. And there should be a show in May. I'm honestly, because you remember Hawaiian Pro was created to replace the Puerto Rican Pro after, was it, it was what was that storm that hit? It was Maria. When Maria hit Puerto Rico, they shut down the Puerto Rico Pro. Couldn't have Puerto Rico Pro in 2017, so they moved it to Hawaii. And I know Nicki won that show, and I think they should bring that back. Jigwood can do it. I mean, Hawaii's that'd be a great. I think a lot of competitors would love to go to Hawaii. Nice sun, and all like that, and it's a great place to go. That'd be a perfect place for a new competition. I mean, I think there's probably plenty of bodybuilders who live in Hawaii would love to, compete in their own backyard. And hey, you can get someone like Paula Suzuki, see if she's interested in being like a commentator or something like that. I mean, that's a legend. But like I said, these are two ladies from two parts of the world, Australia and Canada. A Canuck and an Aussie. And they are two buff, beautiful blondes, and they have a great future in the sport. One thing is really like to see Carla really gets to do more shows. She's mostly have done, at least through her pro career, she has done 3 shows, and that's one show that's been mostly at Tampa. And that's from 2014, I think, and 2015 and 2019. If she could do more shows, I think that would probably help her out. She hasn't, like I said, she has a great physique. And if she can get to do more shows, she can probably place well. She might even get to make the Olympia. But I think it's a good chance. Once the pandemic calms down a little bit, once the travel restrictions are ended, we might, and if she can get the funds, well, that's the thing is, she lives all the way in Australia, and that's the cost of living. The only way she can do it is she can move to the United States. If she can get a work visa or maybe get a job, something like that here in the United States, and live here, that's the best way she can do the season. But anyway, this is a great series. I got one more series in the hole coming up. And I think you're gonna like who I picked for this lineup. I know I was making some requests, but nobody put in the request for who they want to see, so that's cool. I understand that. It's all right. But who I got for this last video coming up, because I think I got one more video in the hole, because like I said, the months are gonna be about over, and it's gonna be a new month. I got a new series coming up that I'm working on, and you're gonna like it. So anyway, this should be on All Rage George page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.